The State of Crypto is presented by Tron, connecting the world to the power of cryptocurrency.
That's right. It's time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor, Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk State of Crypto newsletter. Good morning, Nick. Good
morning. Happy hump day to you, too.
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to a glorious Wednesday. So while people were being orthodox the past couple of days and not going to work, the CFTC has been unorthodox with how it's been serving a lawsuit against a certain DAO. Was it the Ooki DAO? I mean, what are we calling it?
Yeah, so this is based on court filings from yesterday and the day before. The CFTC is seeking permission from the court to serve Ooki DAO by sending a complaint to the website help chatbot because there is no named president, treasurer, secretary, or other authorized agent. And the CFTC says that in its legal filing, that because it's already submitted these documents through the help chatbot and through a forum post on the Ooki platform, it should be seen as having served the company, or the DAO rather, a couple days ago. And that would, if approved, kick off a clock that gives the Ooki DAO 21 days to respond or risk a default judgment being made. And that 21 days would begin either the day the CFTC filed, if that's what the court rules, or whenever the court says, okay, yeah, you have officially, conducted proper service.
All right, so this is where it kind of gets confusing because, okay, did they actually name any names here? I mean, they don't actually have human beings that they can name, correct? And they don't have any physical addresses. They don't have anybody's phone number. Everything gets lost in the. I have 120,000 unread emails on my phone. Like, what are the odds that somebody from Ooki DAO answers that email?
Well,
now they're probably
the email
searching.
Right? Well, yeah, now I imagine they would be looking. Yeah. So this is where things get kind of, really interesting is there was another, filing made by a paralegal at the CFTC who said that she was lurking in Ooki DAO's Telegram. She was lurking on the forum, basically looking to see if people were talking about the case, and they were. So, in the CFTC's eyes, basically, yes, Ooki DAO is clearly aware of the case, of the charges, and it's incumbent on the respondents here, the defendants, to come up with a response, to either respond and say, okay, yeah, we're going to fight this, or we want to settle, or hey, we would like more time to look at this, or whatever. But what we haven't seen, or at least what I haven't seen so far on any of the Ooki DAO platforms, is actual discussion about getting legal attorneys or any kind of representation to engage with the court on this. So, I think to the CFTC's view, Ooki DAO is aware and has been properly notified that this is happening. The question now is, will the court agree and say, okay, yeah, you're fine, you've done what you need to do? Or will they say, no, you got to find an actual physical person, who you can identify and say, hey, you have to accept this on behalf of the entire unincorporated association that you are part of.
And Nick, of all the DAOs out there, why Ooki DAO?
So this is where we're going to jump into a little bit of speculation from my part, and I did touch on this on my newsletter yesterday, but B0X, the company that originally offered these services of leverage trading and margin trading, did so in a way that was pretty clearly, unlawful, in a way that even the founders recognized was, kind of unlawful, right? They had an entire post saying hey, we're going to decentralize this thing because, that way it'll make it regulator proof because we're concerned about regulatory actions. So it was, I would say it's probably not a difficult case for the CFTC to prosecute. And the fact that they agreed to a settlement, or, that the defendants, in this case, the original founders, agreed to a settlement so quickly, kind of suggests that, yeah, it was a fairly straightforward case. Now, Ooki DAO being the natural successor to B0X, I think kind of put the CFTC in this weird spot where you can't say, okay, well, this company clearly violated the law, but this group of individuals doing the exact same thing did not. So they decided, okay, well, let's bring an enforcement action against the DAO. And it's honestly like a straight up poster child for the CFTC, because it doesn't seem to be a particularly active DAO. There's not a lot of people voting on each of the proposals. There's not a lot of activity in the groups and the forums. So, my guess is it's going to be unlikely that we'll see a full-throated defense by the DAO, which, again, speculating gives the CFTC a fairly easy case to, try and win, to say, okay, yeah, if a DAO is engaged in unlawful activity, it's under our jurisdiction and we can bring charges.